Hi everyone, it's Christina from Claymazing Artworks, Southern California. We're going to chatter a bowl today. So underneath this bowl, which is approximately 15 inches diameter, 4.5 inches tall, we have some GR pottery forms. The last two are the OGs, which are the original forms, stackable forms. They're right here. And then the next one looks like approximately 11-inch of the new RD2 forms that have this nice slope. That's where we get this slope. And then this is the wah system that we're just using to hold up this lip right here. So the tools are very basic. The cheapest hacksaw blades that you can find. The length will determine the bounce, the flexibility. This one's a little stiffer, may dig a little deeper if your clay is a little harder. Then we've got different shapes on the ends here. That'll give you a little different digging into your clay. You'll also need a nice kind of makeup brush to help you kind of brush the little divots away. And sometimes they have a tendency to stick if your clay is a little moist. So a little stiffer brush and a carving tool of your choice. I'm using a diamond core fluted because it's very shallow and this bowl is not very thick at all. You'll need about 3 lumps of clay. So when we take out the forms and turn the bowl over, I'm going to chatter the inside. Well, that's my plan. So let's see if it works. Also, you may need a paper towel. Sometimes when you chatter inside and you take out the forms, the bottom of the bowl is a little moist. So once you start chattering the inside upper part, those little pieces will start to stick. So I always put a paper towel down there so I can get those little chips out of there. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to first start out, this is my testing ground. Nobody's going to see that but me. So you can watch this because it's going to get kind of, not loud, but annoying. So, depending on where I hold my hand, is going to determine, can you see my hand? Okay. Determine the depth and the bounce. And you'll hear it once it starts. Probably medium speed. And then I'm going back and forth. I'm trying to find out where the best digging. I get and everything depends on the moisture of your clay, how you hold your tool, how fast you move it back and forth to what kind of pattern you're going to get. I'm going to tell you right now, no two patterns are ever going to be the same. You can hear that. I don't know if you can or not, but I can. Okay, that looks pretty good. If you want to try, now's the time to do it. Get your little tool that you want to use. I'm going to get my little fluting tool. And I'm going to see how well it digs in here. Keep as steady as you can. I'm bracing my elbows on my knees. I have my splash pan off. Now see, that's a little moist. You can see how that's sticking right there. But it looks good. It'll be much drier toward the rim, because you know that dries first. I know, I'm kind of anal here. I got to get every bit off. So that looks pretty good. Okay, I'm going to start with the rim. And I'm going to use the shorter one because that's pretty dry. It's about Hershey chocolate dry. You can still put your fingernail in there and you know, make a mark. But I'm going to try this first. Hold it on the, and see if I can get some chattering. We'll hold it closer to the camera once it's done. It's kind of hard to see, I think. Then I'm going to change probably right on that little mound there. You got to hold it steady because if not, it's going to slip down. Angle it up a little if it's not grabbing enough. Before you move your tool, you want it to have one revolution around. That way you'll get the continuous pattern. And then slowly move it. That looks pretty good. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to do, there's another slope here. I like the long one. I like the way it's moving. So we're going to continue with this hacksaw blade. Get out of here, stupid fly. Okay. I like to leave a little space in between to give it some interest. And then I have somewhere to make a line. Okay, I want this a little deeper. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's see. Okay, now we're going to get our fluting tool. And you know what? And sometimes if it sticks and you can't get it off, get a little pin tool, click it off, do whatever you have to do. But sometimes as it dries, it'll flake off. Okay, now I'm going to get my fluting tool. And I think I just want to put a nice line between these two, maybe give it a little interest. Hold it as still as you can. Okay. I made this bowl yesterday morning about 6 in the morning, and it was a beautiful day here in San Diego. And then last night I was afraid it was going to dry out a little too much, so I did cover it, and actually it's pretty moist. Okay, that pretty much. But as you see, I went twice around here because sometimes when you're doing this fluting tool or any tool, and you're trying to hold it as still as possible, you're not going to meet it in the same line. So at least I get a thick line. Let's do one right here. I'm bracing my elbows on my knees and starting off. And done. Okay. get that off as soon as possible so it doesn't stick to your moist clay. Okay. I don't know if you can see this or not, but I'll show you a close-up. Okay, this is pretty moist. I hope this will come off the bat. Oh, shoot. Okay, let me turn it over. I'm not the strongest person. Okay. Okay, so this was, if you can see, let me move it up a little bit. An 11-inch sloping form. I don't glue these together. I use I believe it's Amico latex rubber. I put dots here, make some reference points. I put a dot underneath and I let them dry together, and that way they don't move and I can still take them apart. I'll do a video on that later. Okay, so now we have the inside of our bowl. So I don't try to get rid of my lines here. Everybody else hates those lines. I love them because I use them in my design. Do I want to make a design on this top? Yeah, I think I do. It's probably going to be pretty dry, so I'm going to use the shorter one. Let's see how it goes. Oh, that's right. I got them. Okay. This, I really found out, you really have to get this centered. If you don't center this bowl, when you carve, it will not be even. Okay, well, okay, feels pretty good, actually, maybe. Ooh. Okay. Then you get your lumps of clay and gently, because this has a fluted or a flared foot, roll them under here and press them down onto the wheel head. You don't want to press it into the bowl. You don't have, just make sure you get it up there. Okay. Make sure they're all in there. Now, you want to check this moisture. That might be a little moist. But you can see when I'm throwing or putting the slab onto the GR pottery form, I actually press into that next layer. I love this nice line. It gives it interest. Okay. Okay, it seems to be pretty stable. Okay. You don't want to press too hard. You can hear it. Oh, that's nice. Kind of looks like a little Roman thing. Now, you don't want it too close to the edge because I am going to sand this edge and make it smooth. It has not been finished. So I want to do a little more closer to the inner rim. Okay. You know what? You can do it when it's wetter. It's just going to look a little, oh, I guess not sloppy, but mushier. You won't get as crisp of a chatter. Okay, so we've got that done. Let's get the longer one. We want more of a bounce, of a reverberation, and I want to get that right in the middle where it's concave. If you don't know what you're doing, stop and look. You can always start again. You don't like it, guess what? Do it again. Just don't do it too many times. You also have to be careful if you're going to carve a line. I had some beautiful platters that I did that I was carving the deep lines, and I did make them extra thick, and then I carved a line on the outside, and I carved them right in the same place, and that's exactly where they cracked. Okay, I can see a couple, darn it, a couple of places where they're stuck. Like I said, sometimes if you just let it dry a little, they'll come off. You can see how the depth is different from this depth. This is much more moist. Okay. I like a bowl to look as pretty inside as outside. This is like a fruit bowl. This is going to show. I'd like to see this on a end table. Also we have, well, this one's kind of straight. So we're going to do in between the lines here. Isn't it amazing? Using the same tool, depending on the moisture content, how you hold your tool or your hacksaw blade. Every single chatter is different on this bowl. I love this. It's more separate. It gives it interest. Okay. Okay, I can tell as we get closer to the bottom, it's a little more moist because these things are sticking a little bit more. Okay, now we're going to do the bottom. This is going to be the hard part. You know, if you wanted, you could let it set up for a few more minutes. Maybe I should, because it is pretty moist. Not tacky, but it is moist. Okay. I want to do it all the way down to the bottom, but I think I'm going to do 2 more patterns. I'm going to do a pattern here on this one line coming toward the middle, just a short one, just a little one, because you want them different widths as well. Well, I don't know about you, but I do. Okay, now I'm going to do the bottom of the bowl. And I think I'm going to start out from the middle to the sides. I want to see what that looks like. Okay. It's kind of busy, but it's pretty. how will I finish this? You know what? I did some platters and I finished them with some Georgie's pigments and they went on really dark. I would suggest diluting that 70% before you put it on. This, I think I love Celadons the most on these chatter bowls. It shows the chattering, it's translucent, it's beautiful. Well, there you got it. You got your bowl. Do I want, I think maybe right here. I don't know. Do I want to put another line? It's kind of busy as it is. I do have this line right here. I'll just do it right. I don't know. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. It was kind of moist, but it went okay. Well, now we got it. I'm going to take this off of here. Hopefully we can see it here on the camera. Take these lumps of clay off. And you've got yourself a beautiful chattered bowl. I don't know. Can you see that? Let me turn it over. It's still kind of moist. I don't want to... Oh. Deform it. Fix this light here. I'm in my studio and my husband rigged up a lighting system for me. And I'm doing it with my Android phone. No fancy stuff here. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I will make another video when I get these in the kiln and on how I made, I think, about 8 different forms from the Stackable OG GR forms and their new RD2 forms. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you.